just wanted to share with you today a yoga practice to support digestion. So this would be really good for anyone who has any digestive upset, IBS, Crohn's, anything like that. We're just going to gently massage and stimulate the digestive system. Okay, so a couple things that you might like to have for support. So you could have a cushion or a blanket, a mat if you have one. If you don't have a mat, you can also just use a blanket. You don't necessarily need to have a yoga mat. We're going to stay on our mats, and most of this practice will be done on our backs and seated. Okay. So you can get started when you're ready, just finding a comfortable seat, using a cushion or a bolster, whatever you have under your sit bones for extra support. You can close your eyes or soften your gaze. You can start to deepen your breath, bringing your breath all the way down into your pelvis. And notice how your belly lightly contracts with your exhale. You can let your shoulders soften away from your ears, opening up your chest. Noticing your sit bones connecting down to that support or the mat or the ground, whatever you're sitting on top of. You can find a little bit more length in the spine with your inhales, lifting up through the crown of your head. And just take a few more moments here just to check in, just doing a gentle scan of your body, just noticing any areas that feel tender today or might need a little bit more attention or patience. And take a couple more deep breaths all the way in, all the way out. Okay, you can make your way down onto your mat. So we're just going to come down onto our back. Okay, so you can have a cushion handy for this if you'd like. Okay, we're just going to start by hugging our knees in towards our chest, gently rocking from side to side, massaging the lower back. Keep using your breath here to let your body soften into that support beneath you. You can keep a hold of the right knee and let the left foot come down onto the ground or extend your left leg out, resting your heel on your mat or the floor. You can gently start to pull the right knee in towards the right underarm. Taking some deep breaths into your back. Noticing your belly gently rising with your inhales. Okay, we're going to transition into a twist here. So you can extend your right arm out beside you on the mat. And if you would like extra support here, just have your bolster or your cushion just to the left side of your body. Alright, so we're extending the right arm, grounding the shoulders down onto the mat. Take a deep breath. And with your exhale, let your right knee come across your body. Perhaps resting on a cushion on the other side. And gently press through the left heel, keeping the left leg long. If it feels alright in your neck, you can turn your gaze out over the right shoulder just to deepen into that twist. Taking some deep breaths into the belly, giving your organs a little massage. Two more deep breaths here, all the way down. You can engage your core and bring your right knee back to center. You can have both knees in once more here. This time, if you'd like, you can keep a hold of the kneecaps and just draw circles around the sacrum. So just drawing circles with the knees just above the lower back, above the sacrum, in one direction and then the other. Okay, keep a hold of your left knee and you can extend your right leg out. Grounding down through the head, through the lower back. Gently pulling the left knee towards the left underarm if you'd like, just to deepen into this. Deepening your breath a little bit more if you can, lengthening the inhale, softening with the exhale. We're going to transition into that twist, so you can extend your left arm out beside you. Take a deep breath, and with your exhale, let the left knee come across the body, perhaps resting on a cushion or bolster. You can let both shoulders ground down into the mat, turning your gaze out over the left shoulder if it feels alright in the neck. Breathing into your belly. Softening a little bit more with each exhale. And when you're ready to come back to center, engage your core and bring your knee back in. You can have both knees into the chest. Alright, we're going to come up to seated, so if you'd like, you can just roll over to either side and come up that way, or if you like, you can also do a bit of a rock here, so we're just holding on underneath the knee, and just starting to rock along the back, and then eventually come up onto the seat. So we're just going to do some seated cat-cow movements. So just find a comfortable position with your legs, cross them, whatever feels comfortable. If you need a cushion, grab a cushion. And just taking a couple of breaths here. And just grab a hold of the front of the thighs, and we'll just begin with our inhale. Inhale, and just start to press your chest forward and up, lifting your chin. And then with your exhale, tuck your chin, bring your spine back, feeling the pelvis shift backwards as well. Inhaling, opening up the front of the body. Exhale, curving the spine back, tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone underneath you. And just moving with your own breath. We'll do a few more of these. Just breathing up and down the spine. Inhale, chest comes forward, chin up, shoulders back. Exhale, tucking it all in, leading back with the spine. And just finishing whatever cycle of breath that you're on, you can come back to neutral. Just grounding down through the sit bones. We're going to come into a seated twist. So you can take your left hand and just bring it over to your right knee. You can ground down with your right fingertips behind you for support. We'll take a deep breath to lengthen the spine. And exhale, maybe twisting a little bit more over to the right. You can drop the right shoulder down away from the ear. Finding length with your inhales and twisting with the exhale. Couple more deep breaths. Fill up the belly. Alright, make your way back to neutral. Just take a moment here. Just to recenter, just taking a few breaths into the middle of your body. Alright, you can come over to the other side. I'll take the right hand across. Let your jaw soften. Shoulders come down away from the ears. Finding length through the crown of the head. And gently twisting a little bit more with each exhale. Alright, you can make your way back to center. And take a moment here just to release the shoulders. You can do circles one at a time, or you can circle together in one direction and then the other. And bring some movement into the neck, just gently rolling it from side to side. Just doing half circles here. Alright, so you can come back onto your forearms. So again, if you want to use support here, you can use your cushion or use a bolster. Otherwise, we're just coming down onto the forearms. So I'll show you this way. Just coming down onto the forearms. Okay. Just do some windshield wipers from side to side. So just bringing the knees from side to side. You can even walk the feet a little bit farther away. Just whatever feels good in your body here. You can drop the knees over to the right and just hold here for a couple breaths. Letting the legs become heavy. And we'll come over to the other side. Dropping the knees to the left. Same thing. Take a few deep breaths. Alright. So you can come down onto your spine once more here. Just hug your knees in. Let your shoulders sink down towards the mat. Okay, we can come into a happy baby here. So a couple variations. Option one would be just to grab behind the knees and just press the heels up towards the ceiling. So we're working to get the ankles over top of the knees. And you can try to bring your knees out to the outsides of the torso. You can stay here. If you have the flexibility, you can also reach for the outsides of the feet or the ankles. Or if you have pant legs, you can grab onto your pant legs. Whatever works. You can stay here in stillness, just grounding down through the sacrum, or gently pressing the lower back down towards the mat. And if you feel like you'd like to add a little bit of movement, you can gently shift from right to left, just massaging the back, massaging the shoulders. Checking in with your breath. Taking deep breaths down into the hips, down into the sacrum. Release. Just bringing the soles of the feet down to the mat. Just taking a few moments here. Just let your torso relax and sink into that support. You can place your hand over your belly. Just feeling your belly rise. Deep inhales. I'm moving to bridge here, so you can bring your feet about hip width and just walk them a little bit closer to your sit bones. And you can ground down through your arms, let your shoulders come down your back. And then when you're ready, just gently pressing into the shoulders, pressing into the feet, and start to lift the hips up towards the ceiling. And we'll just stay here for a couple breaths, making sure that you keep your gaze directly above you. You don't want to turn your neck at all once your hips are lifted. So grounding down through the feet. Okay, now slowly start to roll your spine back down onto the mat, letting the sacrum come down last. And just take a few moments here, just breathing into the lower back, into the pelvis. Feeling that support under your sacrum. We're going to do that form again here, but we're just going to add a little bit of movement. So we can inhale, press into your feet and lift your hips. Exhale, we're going to gently come down. So just moving with your own breath. Inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips. Exhale down. Inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. can let your feet come out a little bit towards the sides of your mat, and just let your knees come in together. You can walk your soles of your feet closer together. And we're just going to come into a reclined bound angle. So if you know that this is going to be, or if you find that it's too much on the insides of the thighs or into the groin, you can use cushions or blocks. You can even just grab a couple pillows and just place them underneath your thighs here, just to give you a little bit of extra support. Okay. Otherwise, just let your legs become heavy, let your knees come out to the side, let the glutes soften here, let your shoulders soften, your arms can come out slightly. You can close your eyes and soften your gaze. Taking a few breaths here. Filling up the belly. Softening with each exhale. If you'd like, you can take your right hand and just make a fist. And just take it to the right, just above the right hip on the belly. And we're just going to start to draw circles clockwise around the stomach. So just coming up under the ribs, around to the left side, and then down, across. Just drawing circles with the fist. If you like, you can bring the left hand and just place it over top for a little bit more pressure. Just continue breathing into the belly here. Just giving your organs a little massage, just massaging the intestines, the stomach. Just gently. It shouldn't be painful. If it is painful, just ease off on your pressure here. You could just softly touching, just rubbing in this circular motion. Just giving a little bit of heat and energy. Okay, you can release that when you're ready. You can bring your knees back to center if you like. Just help your knees up with your hands. You can do some windshield wipers here, just bringing the knees from side to side. We're going to come into a little Shavasana here. So just getting as comfortable as you can. If your lower back bothers you, just use a cushion or something to support your knees. You can also use a blanket under the head for extra support there. Just adjusting in any way that you need, just to find comfort here. Finding a position that you can really settle into for the next little while. And once you get there, you can just stay there as long as you like. If you find that your mind or your emotions are still really busy, you have a lot going on internally, just acknowledge those thoughts or emotions without judgment. And just gently bring your awareness back into your breath, into sensation in the body. It could just be the feeling of your belly rising with your inhales, or it could be the cool or warm temperature of the floor under your body. Just take this time for yourself. Take this time to fully rest. You can stay here as long as you'd like.